definition not sustainable because but it took 2 billion years to create, and now we've been using a significant part of it in only 200 years. So it's basically not sustainable, which means that since we need it for about everything we do in our life, it might happen that our kids or the kids of our kids won't benefit from the source to have the same level of prosperity that we have today. And also, this use of subtitles is responsible to growing it's responsible for the global warming that we have right now. And global warming is, as I said, basically due to behavior of the planet, because we emit lots of greenhouse gas. And the main source of such emissions is indoor energy use. And well, the bad thing, the complicated thing about global warming is that it involves scientific facts on one hand, but ethical questions on the other hand. And it's very important that first you get the scientific facts right before you can try to address the ethical questions. Because the problem is that really often people kind of use at you, so they don't really, they are not being able to answer the questions because they don't have the facts right. So what we're going to do today is to try to get some of these facts so that you can address this question. So let's have a look at a few energy needs. For heating and cooling, making the stuff that's on, and for feeding also. So these small things are very important in everyday life, and they all involve energy. When we talk about energy, they basically do three things. First, that technology is always going to allow us to do more with less. It means that we will always manage to produce more energy at a lower cost. Also, they might tell you that there's a huge amount of renewable energy available, but basically there's nothing to worry about. It's plenty of wind and we will get a number. And also some people, mostly economists, will tell you that economy needs to fix this by itself, so don't worry, go shopping. And that's funny because the first part, I was thinking that to a friend, she basically said that, yeah, you know, once you get started on this, we will find the technology and we will still be able to do lots of stuff from that. And the really answer is that we've been doing that for 200 years. So it's not that we've no try, I mean, we've been improving insurance and stuff like that for a while. So the question, can we do more with less? Anyway. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not really used to working with that. Usually when I people are like 4 people. Yeah, or much nerdier than we are. So let's, for instance, consider transportation. And basically, technology can do 3 things. It can increase design efficiency, create better materials, and reduce emissions. Well, the other thing to talk about is efficiency, usage, and production of energy. So when we talk about increasing efficiency, we have to realize that there's a limit to efficiency. So let's consider, for instance, wind. You can see that there's different technologies involved here, and that right now we can achieve something like a little less than 50% efficiency. And people don't really know that there is a limit, which is a little below. And we cannot do better than that. That's because of the physics. Not because we're not smart enough, but because nature is not allowed to be playing. So if you look at, for instance, photovoltaics, efficiency evolution, you can see that it's been increasing since the beginning. And right now we are about 36%. And in fact, we can do better. So, for instance, we should do better, but it implies that we are going to use more and more complicated heat farms. So, for instance, if you use very simple ones, you get only 34% efficiency. Now, if you use ones that are a bit more complicated, you can reach 69%. But it requires more materials, so they will most likely be harder to make and harder to recycle. Okay? You can do even better if you concentrate the light, but then you have to follow the sun, and it's even harder to create and to maintain. And that brings us to another important thing that is linked to that. It is the energy return from energy invested. So this is the ratio between how much energy you get divided by how much energy you had to put in the system to get that energy. Okay? And the idea is that first it increases because we get better at doing what we're doing, but then, unfortunately, it will decrease. And the reason is simple, because you always get your energy where it's easy first. Okay, so you want to get some code, you get it where you can have it easily. Right? But then, as you use the first part of it, it becomes harder and harder to get. So you need to send more and more energy to do the energy. Okay? But also, it's true for wind and speed because you first need to put your wind turbines where you can get the wind easily, so you have lots of wind. So the energy delivered is very high. But then as you place more and more of them, you will have to place them where there's less wind. Or at some places where it's harder to build. So either the energy delivered will decrease or the energy required will decrease. But in both cases, this ratio will decrease. Okay? So it means that we will need more and more lines to produce more energy. It brings us to this following question. Do you have a huge amount of energy? Because if we do, well, then there's no problem. And that's what people say, we have a huge amount of energy concern. And that is true, but the problem is that we also have huge energy consumption. Which leads us to the question, which huge is huge? And it might seem stupid, but that's an actual question. And to respond to that question, I'm going to base myself on a book. It's called The a very good book in which basically the guy just tries to reveal two facts. One is about consumption, just where it starts. And the other one is the green one, that is how much green energy we produce. So the guys have that in the UK, you need to do it for all kinds. And what he says that it's very important to have it's very important to have numbers and not objectives. So we need to know what's happening. Because there are two possible scenarios. Either we have more green energy, that's fine, and keep on living with it, because when you won't have enough fossil fuels, or when global warming will become too bad, we would be able to switch to green energy. But we could also be in this situation where we consume more than we produce. And well, in this case, it's going to be pretty bad. So let's add the number. And here, well, I'm not going to make you go through the whole book. I'm going to the result. That's the result. And basically, you can see that the energy consumption is divided in different areas. And what's important to note, it's a big difference in that for the red stack, that's the lower bound on what you consume. Which means that we are likely to consume more. It is very easy to consume more. Okay? But on the green stack, it's an upper bound on what you can use. But basically, what the guy does is that he says, okay, if I have to cover half UK with 50 pounds, I'm going to do it. And even with that, you cannot really compete with what you consume. And another problem is that people don't want that. They don't want to cover the countryside with pounds. They don't want, for instance, one wind turbine because you need to kill birds. And so we are in a situation where we cannot produce what we consume, except by using fossil fuels. So, well, I'm sorry to say that, but we will have to decrease consumption. And lots of people tell you, like, well, what you should do is to unplug your phone charger when you don't use it. Or that you should turn off the light when you're not in the movie. And that's going to be quite good. But when you look at it, it could be like, unplugging your phone would be 100% of what you actually do. That's not so much. And that corresponds to driving your car for 1 second. And 1 day of your phone charging is 1 second driving a car, so that's not much. But there are things you can do. I mean, for instance, it's estimated that if you drop if you turn down your heating systems in your house by 1 degree only, it will be 1% energy saved, which is now significant. And you can even do better, and you can really decrease this kind of consumption. One of the things you can do is to say, okay, I'm just going to stop taking the car, I'm going to take the train instead. And here you can save up to, I think it's 20% of what you are consuming. And also you can try to buy less stuff, because buying stuff, I mean, the stuff that you buy requires a lot of energy to be produced. And basically we buy a lot of stuff that we actually don't need. We buy them and then forget about it. Okay. So now let's see what you can do, because once you reduce your energy consumption, you need to produce energy. I showed you it was not going to be easy. So let's have a look at the map of the UK. And basically, every spot that's not grey or blue is something that's used to produce energy. As you can see, Britain is like full of it. Okay. And first, when I show you that, let's first reduce the consumption. So we consume less energy, what we do today. And also, you can see that on the top here, this is not technically renewable or local. It's solar resource in Libya or something like that. And there's an extensive which might be good, but I don't think so. It's an open question, because some people say it's very bad, some people say it's serious. But still, it's not strictly speaking renewable. And you can see that it is still taking quite a large surface in the world. And even if we could turn everything to renewable energy, well, I'm sorry to tell you that energy is only responsible for 74% of our greenhouse gas emissions. Which means that even if we go all green, we still have 26% of greenhouse gas emissions. So that's still too much. And also there's a economist that I talked to you about that would make this 26% really bad in the future. So you can consider the question, why do we need energy? Well, nobody ever asked that question, but we could have. And why do we need energy? Mostly because it creates money. Once you have energy, you can create stuff. And this turns into wealth is measured in terms of green domestic product. Okay? And basically, I'm not going to go to the economy, but I'm not an economist, but it measures how much money is exchanged in a country in India. And ideally, if you want this economic system to be wealthy, to healthy, to be developed in terms of the economy, you need an economic growth. It means that the size of the system should increase all the time. And so the GDP is supposed to be increasing. And the question is, can we do that without energy? And well, apparently we can't, because as you can see on this graph, is the temporal evolution of energy consumption and the real GDP. You can see that both of them are highly correlated with each other. So if one drops, the other two drops, and it is also correlated. We could say that we can get rid of this one and only like energy and GDP, but you see that we need energy to create wealth. And a lot of people say, yeah, but now that we're going to go to digital, and internet is a huge producer of GDP, well, we're going to be able to produce wealth without any energy. But you can see that since the beginning of internet, this has not really happened yet. Okay, so we are most likely not going to be able to produce wealth without energy. And just a few words about growth. Growth seems like it's not that bad, but in fact, growth is always exponential. Okay, so here is the so basically, this is the concentration of CO2 in the atmosphere. You can see that basically it's been steady for a long time. And then at the beginning of the industrialization, basically went crazy up there. And the thing is that growth is always exponential. Okay, you cannot avoid that. Every time you have growth, it's going to be exponential like that. So it means that we should be able, if you want to keep the energy consumption at a low level, we should be able to improve technology in an exponential way. As I showed you, it is not going to be possible because there is a limit. So asymptotically, we want to be able to do better. So at some point, you will have to use more and more energy, and you cannot do anything about it. And for instance, if you have a growth of 4%, which is about like what we had in the 70s in the life, and that's something that economists really want because it's amazing. Well, it means that the size of this system is going to double every 18 years. Okay? So you take a system, every 18 years it doubles. Which means that if we have a 4% growth on the population, if today we are 6 billion, in 18 years we should be 12 billion. And in 36 years, we should be 24 billion, and so on. So we will really quickly be 100 billion. And the question is, can we do that? And basically, there are limits to growth. And well, there are books about it. And here I show you, this is the same book but revisited multiple times. And this book has been written by the so-called Club of World. So this is a group of scientists who, well, what they did is that they created a model of the world. So that's a mathematical model. And it's simulated with different scenarios. And the bad news is that in 72, when they simulated the model of the world, so this is the scenario in which we don't do anything, we don't change the way we live. Okay. You can see that everything is increasing a lot. Like food per capita, industrial output, everything is increasing exponentially. So it all looks good. The only thing that's decreasing is the resources available. And you see that at some point, which is going to be in a few years, 10, 20, everything starts to drop. Okay? And you could think that, yeah, that was 40 years ago, and they probably are wrong. All right? But in 2002, they had pretty much the same graph, and that's only 40 years ago. Okay. If you compare the two, they are very similar, except that they don't have the same scale. You can see that the industrial output peak is about the same time. The population and the pollution peaks are also wrong at the same time. And even if they are wrong by 10, 20, 50 years, it's still going to be a huge drop. And what's really bad about it is that if you look, for instance, life expectancy, it's increasing. It's been increasing for 100 years. But unfortunately, it might decrease and to get at the same level, or even at a level that's below what we had in 1900s. Okay? So it means that the way we live today is not going to be sustainable. And that means that our kids, or kids of our kids, might not have such a long life as we are having now. Well, I think it's, but when you think about warming and ecological questions, people often think that you only care about birds and butterflies and the beauty of nature. But what people care about is life expectancy of people who will live and that's going to most likely drive the future. So that's the bad news. But the good news is that, well, if in 2002 we did go for very sustainable policies, we could, well, at least we could have gone to a sustainable, steady population and industrial output and everything with steady high level. Well, the question today is whether or not we can do it, because that was if we did it 14 years ago, and we didn't do it, so maybe it's not going to be possible. But the hope is that we can still achieve something like that. But it's good only if we start doing it. And I'm very sorry because I don't have things what whether that's been. So what we can do in terms of economy, because I'm not an economist, so we should go ask economists about it. But as far as science is concerned, we know that one way or another, we won't have growth anymore. So either we choose it, so okay, we're going to spend less energy, or if we very strong growth by nature. Okay. So the question is much. We live a lot with that. The point that, well, we love technology. Well, I love technology in the fact that we use it because I love internet. I love banking. I really love this work. And I like to be able to listen to music when I'm at home and I don't have to have like dozens of musicians playing for me. I can just listen to my favorite band at home, even if like that. And we could do without that, but what we currently, well, there's some big out, we still could do without it. But what we really can't do without is basically hospitals, doctors, and healthcare in general. And that's something that we don't think about with technology. But in the scenario where everything happened before, we won't have hospitals. Okay. And also, well, I'm sorry to say again, but we cannot go back to creating this distribution time because we don't have enough food. We have to come to United States. We have to speak technology. And now the other question is, how can we make technology great again? So what we can do now, because I've been very, very pessimistic and I don't want to leave you with exactly that we need to do more. I'm going to give you some examples of technologies that have been designed in such a way that they are sustainable. Okay. So, well, first of all, the thing about this smartphone. What I'm going to say about smartphones is true for any kind of electronics. Well, we replace them often, either because they get old pretty quickly. So the phone you had 5 years ago is already like an ancestor. And also they're really hard to fix. When you break the screen of the phone, while Apple or something, well, there's no because you can easily fix that. And the fact that they use tons of raw materials, and well, most of the time you don't ask yourself the question where do they come from, but if you look at it, you might see that they might come from places where they created farm conflicts. So just look at Congo, what happens there is not well known, but still very risky and very bad for the population there. And also there's an impact on the sources because as you use it, well, it's hard to recycle everything and you run out of source. So in the particular case of smartphones, this company is called Apple. And basically what I propose is that we need to check where the electronics come from, so where in the mine and stuff like that. And the idea is that they are also going to try as much as possible to make all the work done away, so that everybody will be using this function. But that's not it. What they also try to do, and they're doing it quite well, is to propose phones that are modular. So the idea is that it's very easy to remove screens. And once you remove screens, you can remove all the parts, only with a screwdriver. Okay? And if you want, I have one here, and at the end of the presentation, I can show you how it's done. It's very easy to remove the screen. Okay? So if somebody is interested, just come ask me here. But well, that's very cool, but the problem is that it implies some problems. Well, first of all, it's very hard to actually check all the supply chain line. Because, well, if I go to somebody and they tell you like, yeah, this gold is coming from a very good source and make it simple, get it. But it's hard to check at the end of that, and that's very challenging. But I don't know if in that situation technology can really help or not, but that's something that's hard to do. So that when we talk about Apple and Samsung, they're not doing bad things in the like it, but it's also because it's very hard not to do bad things. Okay? Because it's hard to say, okay, I'm buying this stuff, but it's hard to know where it comes from. And also, it's quite hard to deal with all these spare parts. Because if you want your phone to last for 20 years, either for 20 years, you will have to be able to provide people with parts that are broken. And, well, there are different strategies, but all of them are quite expensive. So you can either produce a lot of them and store them, And then if somebody needs it, you just say, oh, okay, come and buy this. But that's involves lots of costs in terms of inventory and storage. Or you can also say, yeah, every time somebody needs one, it's going to produce it. But that's also really complicated because right now production lines are very heavy. So if you only produce one or two objects, it's not very economically interesting. So to solve this problem, we could imagine a future where people use intensively 3D printing to produce the stuff that people need. The idea would be to decentralize production of electronics and other objects in such a way that you could produce it locally. And also it could be very modular to produce anything you want. Okay, so you don't have to produce 10,000 of these. It cannot be economically so that could be something that engineers need to do in the future to make the world better. But there's another thing that I really find very cool is the wiki house and open base project. And one of the ideas is that if you want to build a house, you're most likely to, well, you can build it from grid or something like that, but you can also choose to produce it from prefabrication pieces. And the problem with that is that basically the factories are going to be very expensive, and they're going to be made all in the same place, which means that you have to transport all these pieces. But also, people are going to, the workers are all coming from the same place. And the idea that these people have been working on is a way to decentralize production. So it's basically being able to produce very cheap factories that you could have in about any town in the planet. And what's good is that you can produce things at a lower scale, which is that you can also hire people more uniformly. And how do you do that? Well, the idea is quite simple. They take wooden planks, and what they do is that when you want to produce peas, you just use a computer and design these. And then you cut it on these wooden planks, and then you assemble them, and you create your house. Okay. So they do it for houses, and they also do that for furniture. So that's the open part of the project. You can produce chairs, you can produce tables, about anything. And what's cool with it, so this is what it is like. So basically, you could do on lots of different types of wood, which means that you could produce wood produced locally. And also, since you can change the design because everything is open source, you can create houses with really good shapes if you want. You don't have to follow like the plans that everybody's doing because it's cheap because it's not produced in mass. Well, the same idea of producing things locally. There's this espresso book machine. So I love coffee and I bring books. So for me, it's a good combination of things. And well, the idea is that when you want to buy books, you go to a bookshop. Okay? And the bookshop will buy books from the editors. And if they can't sell it because nobody wants this book, they send it back to the editors. And when the editors get the book, it's too complicated to store it and to try to resell it. So what they do is that they just destroy it. Because, well, it's cheaper to print the book again than to store it for the same year. So the idea of this machine is that when you buy books that are very rare, so that's not a bestseller, it's really hard to estimate how many books are in this. So the idea is that when you want to buy a book, you just go there and say, okay, I want this book. And well, this machine can print any book in a shop. And while it's printing, because it takes a while, it may take like 5 minutes, while you just give you a coffee and do this stuff. So I think that's the best of two worlds. So now we talk about another project. Well, this project is trying to solve the problem that about 50% of the total population does not have access to reliable energy sources for lighting, for everything. So they don't have access to electricity. And these people, well, when it gets dark, they mostly rely on this kind of lamps that basically uses oil to work. So first of all, it's very expensive because you have to buy all this gas, but also it is it's very bad for the product because I mean, this is really bad. It's not really good for them. And so people in the UK try to find a solution to that. And one of the first solution that you could think of would be, well, we install lots of solar panels, and then we put some batteries, and they're going to go. But that it's very expensive to do that. So what they thought of is to design a battery pack. So the idea is just that you're going to, when you want sunlight, just put it and as it goes down, it produces light. Okay? So you may think that you don't produce much light doing that, but it produces at least as much light as these little lamps. And the good thing is that it's easy to produce, and you can easily add all the lamps to the same quality light. And I've been really impressed by that project because I followed them a bit on the website and on the Twitter account. And they're not only going to try to produce them, they first made a long study step in which they try to really look at who might use this. They work with people from Africa and they make them test them and they really listen to their future customer. And that's very important when we're doing something related to another culture because we don't really know here what these people really want. So it's very important to listen to them first. And most importantly, they decided to produce this land directly after. So that's amazing to produce jobs on that. Well, another thing that you might have thought about is creation of. So that's a project by a young Dutch guy. He was 19 when he started. And while he's still on the prototype step, not really yet, but basically he had this huge project that could recall the oceans by themselves. So that uses current in water. And so you just have to deploy this and it will collect all the waste in the ocean. And talking about waste, well, there's this project. So what we see there are lots of projects, so that's very optimistic. And basically what they propose is to take these plastic waste and with them, well, you just need to put them in open source, easy to do machines. And the idea is that with these machines, you will produce useful objects. Okay? And these machines, they just instead of trying to make money with it, you just say, okay, we're going to give you the blueprints of these machines, and we design them in a way that anybody can build it. So you don't have to buy something to build that. You can just choose objects that are around you. For instance, you can build that from a very old car. So you can just use a broken car to build this machine. Okay. So they are very easy and cheap to build, and then you can produce lots of plastic objects from waste. So you might think that this is stupid, but if you go to countries like there are towns in Western Africa, you will see that there is a lot of plastic everywhere. And you will also see that it's very hard for them to produce things that are by themselves. Because current such machines are very, very expensive to build. So you cannot really build them there. And another thing that, well, it's not really a project because it's more like a concept, but it's the idea of car sharing. So if you don't have a car, sometimes when you can use public transportation or the bike, but times to time you might need a car because some places are not easy to access without a car. And the idea is instead of having a car just for this situation, you share a car with other people. And while you could imagine lots of complicated systems to do that, but if it's complicated, for example, I'm not going to do it. So the idea is that if you, and that's what you have been doing, provide people with a very nice web or smartphone application, and if you make it very easy to use, they might use it. So this is an example of which technology can help you reduce the footprint. Because instead of having a car, for each person there's one car for 9 people. And there are lots of places like that that appear more and more in Brussels, for instance, I think everywhere in the world. So that's quite positive. Well, also, if you also like coffee, well, there is this very nice mushroom that are very tasty that can grow on coffee waste. And well, there are people who do that in Brussels today. They go and process and collect coffee waste to produce these mushrooms. But the thing is that it's very easy to do by yourself. And well, I've really been doing that in my lab for a few months, and it's very fun to do. So if you want a recipe, just come and ask me. And the last thing that you probably know about is Ingénieux-Sud. So this is a project proposed, I think it's proposed to you right now, to go to southern countries for a project that is going to happen. So it's cooperation between all of us. So if you don't know about it, well, I think that you can still apply for it. So basically, you work for a project in the whole year, and then you go in such countries for a few days to implement the project in the environment. But if you don't know about it, just check it out because this is amazing. So I went with my friends to the PV facility. It was a very, very good experience. So I really advise you to do so. Well, the conclusion, because now almost well, what you need to remember from this story is that, as I showed you, and as you said, read by yourself alone, that technology alone is not going to save us from all the problems that we have created. So basically, if you change your way of life, that's it. I'm really sorry about that. But although technology is not part of it, I mean, although technology is still part of the solution, it is still a interesting thing that we have to change the way we live. And just to go on to finish off the book, just remember that while money is not the goal in life, it's merely a way to achieve it. And that even though the economy is limited, knowledge, art, learning friendships are not limited. So I'm sorry if that's a bit cheesy, but I really wanted to finish on this twisted note. What makes humanity great is not something that's limited. So thank you very much for your attention. Here I give you some references if you want to go a bit further. So I really advise you to read these or to watch these videos. And if you have any questions, you can ask them now. Since I know that you probably want to do this through. You can send me any remarks or questions about the or just points of the studio. So thank you very much.
We have like 2 or 3 minutes for questions. So whoever wants to ask a question. I guess we have a classic. Guys, if you want to make selfies with, that way.